Hi, it's Jim Anderson here again from Anderson Disc Jockeys with my weekly report about the disc jockey service and the disc jockey business. Today I don't have any questions from any clients. What I'd like to talk about is John Lennon. Today obviously is the 30th anniversary of his death, when some loser decided to grab a gun and go to New York City and basically shoot one of the most gifted and famous musicians of our time. What I'd like to do is just let everybody think about the spirit of John Lennon. His songs, Give Peace a Chance, Imagine, Power to the People. Listen to the lyrics of these songs. They're very important. This was the essence of the man, John Lennon. He was a gifted songwriter, and obviously with the Beatles he was in one of the #1 bands of all time. But it's his message, I think, after he left the Beatles and what he did with his fame to further the cause for peace with the Bed-Ins and his songs. And so it's actually funny though that one of the songs that he wrote, Imagine No Possessions, was the reason that this loser, we're not going to mention his name because we don't want to give him any fame, because that's what he wanted, even though ultimately he is in the history books and he is famous. But we're not going to mention his name here. But anyways, this guy, read The Catcher in the Rye. He had mental illness, and if you know anything about the book The Catcher in the Rye, the hero, Holden Caulfield, had to expose all the phonies. And because of that one line, Imagine No Possessions, this loser thought that John Lennon was a phony because he had all these possessions. So it's hopefully this kind of thing will not happen today. Hopefully authorities will be alerted better with with all the security we have and all the awareness that we have. Because think about it, this guy took a gun to New York City and was going to shoot John Lennon and then chickened out and he went home. What did he do when he got home to Hawaii? He told his wife. His wife didn't alert any authorities. If she had alerted authorities, something could have been done. And I know you can't arrest somebody for something that they're going to do, but you have to wait till they do it before you can arrest them. But at least it would have alerted authorities that there was a problem with this guy and he was mentally ill. And when he was hanging around the Dakota for that week, the second time around in December 1980, somebody would have been alerted, somebody would have pulled his profile, said, okay, this guy's got a history of mental illness, we better go down and see what he's here about, and they would have discovered the gun. Maybe John Lennon wouldn't have got shot. I can only think about what kind of music the world lost in 1980. What kind of songs would have John Lennon would have written after 1980. But I guess we'll never know. It was meant to be. That's history. Hopefully it doesn't happen again in the future. I remember thinking when I heard that John Lennon got shot, me and my brother were going to a Mr. Sub to get a submarine sandwich, and it came over the radio that John Lennon had been shot and was in grave condition. And then a few minutes later they came back over and said it was confirmed that John Lennon was dead. I remember thinking, they shoot politicians, they don't shoot musicians or guitar players. So anyways, that's my impressions of the day. Hopefully it never happens again, and keep John Lennon's memory alive, keep what he stood for alive, and rest in peace, John.